It's Inventory Full on the Popcorn Talk Network, and tonight we're going to be talking about Uncharted Lost Legacy. We're going to be talking about the Secret of Mana remake. We're going to be talking about a fun piece of software that will improve all of the good Twitch that you can be doing on Twitch. Hey, don't do that. We're going to be talking about Overwatch, updating people, and a lot of other stuff right now, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Hello? Hello? Cool.
Nice.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Live television.
Yeah. I know.
I think I ran out the limit.
I was frankly worried about you.
You're committed.
I know.
that
You
was
were messing
nothing.
around, man.
What you guys don't know is I spent many years as the bronze man on the pier.
See, I freaking told you
so
so. I
much.
told you so.
Yeah,
She's
I
like, no
find
way,
you
that's the
fun.
bronze
Yeah,
man. Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
definitely the bronze. I said more silver, but.
Happy I'm getting a take 2 on that.
Who are you?
Yes.
I won't
The show. We're not live. Well, I mean, we're technically live, but we're not live.
We're live, but we're not live.
We're going back to 1. She was a Becca. I mean, you could also mute it when you take off your headphones. Hey, Josh. I don't know. I don't know. Becca said that the intro wasn't playing. So yeah, that's what you should do. It's Inventory Full on the Popcorn Talk Network. We're going to be talking about Uncharted Lost Legacy, the Secret of Mana remake, some of the changes coming to Overwatch, and so much more, so stay with us. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
It's too quiet. Let's play some music. Anyway, welcome to Inventory Full right here on the Popcorn Talk Network, where we're going to be talking about gaming culture and all sorts of things.
There we go.
Feel the adventure.
I feel it. I'm adventuring right now.
My soul.
Totally.
Oh, it's been an adventure,
Yes.
especially if you're watching live. Welcome to Inventory Full. I'm one of your hosts, and it's Mark Donica. You can find me on Twitter at Mark B. Donica. The whole squad is here. We got Nate Miller.
What's up, nerds? Here, you can find me on all social media at DogLikeNate.
Stacey Shuttleworth.
Hi guys, I'm Stacey Shuttleworth. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stacey Shuttles.
Patrick Dees.
He took back What's Up, Nerds.
I
I'm gonna
reclaimed
go with,
it.
hello, lovely internet people. I'm Patrick Dees. You can find me at Peter the Dees. I'm also Truly Slide on the PSN and Xbox Live.
Oh, we're starting with that this time.
we are.
What's
Fucking
up?
around.
Tenchigo and Star Drew in the chat. What up? We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. So let's start with what we played. Patrick, you've had the biggest slate of what you've been playing.
I've been playing some things.
Let's hear about it a little bit. Did you finish Hellblade?
Thank God I finished Hellblade. It is in my rearview mirror. I can go breathe easily. Senua's off doing her thing. That is a hectic, terrifying, harrowing game, but I'm glad I played. I think it is art, but I think that game takes a toll. I think I talked a lot about it last week. It continues more of that and continues darker and deeper into her psychosis. I finished that. To take a breath from that, I am about 4 hours into Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and goddamn is that a charming video game. I'm telling you. First of all, I think Naughty Dog's just taking a victory lap. Like, I had forgotten how gorgeous Uncharted 4 is. I mean, like, I think without question the most beautiful console game I've ever played. And this thing from the jump goes, oh yeah, remember Naughty Dog? It's just stunning. I'm playing on a Pro. And Chloe and Nadine are charming.
Of course they are.
I mean, but together they make there is a great chemistry there in a way that, like, I was unsure how it was actually going to work, but I love the dialogue. I love just how grounded and real is. Chloe continues to be, like, incredible. So yeah, they're just awesome, and I'll say I think the puzzles are the best in any Uncharted game. It's not like most Uncharted games you kind of flip through your notebook a little bit and you're like, got it.
That's the answer.
Moving on. This is very much like, all right, okay, you're gonna challenge me here. Yeah, it's great. So, and she's actually, Nadine's a little helpful. So one of the puzzles is find like 5 of this thing. So I'm running around looking for them, and she's like, I got one of them. And I'm like, thanks, she actually did something. This is amazing. So anyway, I'm finding this game not only stunning but just charming. Could not like have needed it more. Like something I'm like really looking forward to playing as opposed to going, okay, come on, we're just gonna get through this. We're just gonna power. Games can be fun, and this continues to be really just charming. The turnaround on this game is unbelievable too. We're a year and 2 months after Uncharted 4 came out, and the fact that this is out, it is just incredible. So loving it.
Good. Also playing a little bit of Wildlands, are you?
Oh yeah, the game you might have heard. I can't put this down.
Maybe.
I'm on my
That's
quest
great,
to like.
though.
It is. I love the loop, and I love all the encounter design, and continues to be like. I think Nate and I talked about it at one point, but the fact that I can redo an encounter 3 or 4 times and find something to enjoy about it over and over again, but. Not that I'm replaying that many of them, right? Because there's hundreds in the game, and now I'm well into the expansion. I'm about to 100% the Fallen Ghosts DLC. I know. Those ghosts, they're fallen.
Ghosts can't fall.
Don't
Pretty
spoil
dope.
everything. Come
Did I
on.
tell you guys about the crossbow? No.
You might have.
So that is the big new mechanic in this. So you get crossbows that will just pin motherfuckers to things. It's pretty great. It is a very
So
satisfying.
is it like a harpoon gun?
Yeah, it's great. It's one-hit kill. Super fun to
And
play.
just like Ragdoll?
Yeah, just jacked.
That's terrifying.
Ends up being, man, I don't know if I can call this my game of the year, but I think at the end of the year, if there is a game I put more time into, it will be a problem. I think PUBG might give it a run for its money when all's said and done, but yeah, it's been my that's been my week.
Yeah, I still play Wildlands every now and then.
You do?
too. Yeah, I'm
Good.
trying to get some buddies to pick it up.
Have you
more
taken down
people to play
Elsewhere?
with. No, I haven't finished it. I'm probably about 50% of the way through.
All right.
But speaking of PUBG, how about how's your week been?
Chicken dinners?
It's good. I got a couple. I got 2 this week. I got carried by a friend of mine in one of them.
Okay.
It was really nice.
Nice.
I think it's 2 this week. I talk to most people, they're like, I've gotten like 2 chicken dinners while I've been playing. It's the best. And you're like, yeah, 2 this week. Like, you know.
No, thanks.
No, it was. I haven't gotten any in a few weeks. So
Okay.
They
Have you
were.
got any
He's
solo
humble, too,
chicken
you see?
dinners?
Yes, I have.
You did solos? Okay.
Yes, and heart pumpingly, like you need to take a break afterwards and a shower. And smoke
Yeah,
a
yeah,
cigarette,
yeah.
And the worst part is it's almost worse when you get second and you choke
Oof.
afterwards, because then your
Yeah, no,
blood's
you were
pumping.
right there.
Yeah, like
and
third
it's-
place is one thing. But
Right.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
Second, especially if
Yeah, I
you're like
had
caught
a-
in the blue zone.
I had a game the other day where I was playing duos, and my duo died pretty early, but I still made it really far, and it was the last 3 was me and another. And like for a while, I was trying to figure out if it was 2 other people, and I could wait for them to kill each other and then pick one out.
Right.
Until I saw them just like running around in circles, and they could obviously see each other, and I'm like, nope. As
Nope,
soon as I
no.
jump up,
That's it.
Right.
yeah, and
Right.
that's exactly what happened. Just got lit up.
Well, we'll come back to what Stacey and I are playing, just because one of the news stories that we want to talk about this week is the PUBG scandal. They had their first invitational tournament
Yeah.
Yes.
at Gamescom, and something that was a little bit interesting. It was broken up into 3 rounds. They had solo, they had team, they had duos, but first place, their point system was more surrounded around survival than kills.
But kills were weighted, right? Kills were part of it. You got a certain amount of points,
You
but
got-
it was how
you
high
You
you
got
got.
like
Very few.
you got 100 points for winning, I think it was.
Yeah, for solo you got 500
500 points for winning.
while kills get you 5 points.
Oh,
Huge disparity.
okay.
Yeah.
So and that's a tiered, right? So like second place is like 300.
Yeah.
Third place, okay, got it.
So
Pretty heavily weighted.
one of the most important things that happened was people doing nothing at all. When people were looting, they were
Sure.
finding energy drinks, they were finding med kits, they were
Right.
finding bandages. So there was one player in particular that got himself lodged in the crack of a mountain
Yep.
and kept waiting until he was in the blue zone, not even actively going
Right,
into
right.
the center circle, and just kept healing himself while other people were killing each
It's
other.
also debatable whether or not he meant to get stuck there,
He
or
did.
if he actually got
He totally did.
stuck.
I watched the video footage.
I watched the video too, but I've also played the game, and there are times where you're trying to jump through rocks, and you do just get stuck.
You mean there's a little bit of jank in that game?
Well, not even just like bad coding or anything, but just like bad like designing of like rocks. Like sometimes when game designers design things like cliffs and stuff that players are going to jump.
Yep.
Because you're playing a game, nobody wants to actually walk around.
No, why would you?
where
You
have to.
I walk in real life.
Mountains.
It's fucking
Often-
ridiculous.
Not great.
often they don't get-
it's highly overrated, as it turns out.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Often they don't get tested, and there's
Yes.
spots that you can get stuck. It's like there's another spot where by the ruins, if you're parachuting and you're falling into ruins, like there's a big like tower that's like completely sealed off. So if you land inside the tower, you just have to leave because you're just fucked.
You're
So,
done.
like,
Or do
that's
you?
it.
Or I could just keep healing.
I mean,
in there
yeah,
and
or-
win
yeah,
the
or you
tournament.
can
I feel
win,
like
yeah.
that's winner chicken dinner
Yeah.
right there.
I mean,
It should just yell that as I land right
The
in
thing
that.
is, though,
like,
it's still
Got him!
yeah.
it's just I don't like when people say that like it was like it's more than just not doing anything and healing. It's still positioning within where the circle is.
Sure.
And like even if you're healing through blue, you can only heal through like the first 4 or 5 circles.
Yeah.
After that, it's chunking you so fast that you can't med through
There's
it.
not enough
So
time.
you still have to position yourself well. And again, that he did that after already performing well in 2 other rounds. So he knew at that point he only had to beat a certain number of people.
Yeah.
In order to get up.
In order to win
It's like
and to
Final
get the
Jeopardy.
points.
He just didn't
Yeah.
bet that many points, and he still
But
came
I
out
mean,
ahead.
it's a
Like I'm super for this dude winning this
it's a
way.
competition. It's
Totally.
there's money on the line. If this is
Yes.
how they're gonna run it, it's a survival game. The game
Not
has never
just
been about
money,
kills.
Not just money. We have a picture that I would like to show to
Yes.
the, to the
Oh,
fabulous
man.
folks
Please.
at home. This is Cloud9 that ended up winning it. If we can get that full screen, that would be lovely. They got frying pans.
Great,
covered in gold.
Great.
I would have won a tournament for
Phenomenal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, exactly.
I totally would
Yep,
have.
on board.
The context here is that in the game there are melee weapons.
Yeah, I've seen the commercials.
So
it's the
like
best.
crowbars
Yes.
and machetes, and pans are one of them.
Yep.
And for anybody who plays the game a lot, they will tell you that the pan is the best one for this very important reason. When you equip the pan, it sits on your back.
Okay.
The pan is bulletproof.
Oh, nice.
So
So
you
every
take a
now
shot
and
of the
then, you're just running through the field.
Ching, ching,
Man,
ching.
I hope no one's looking at me. And you hear, bing, and you're like, oh, pan just saved my life.
Yeah, that's
and then,
pretty great.
and then,
Pro.
yeah, and then like 30 seconds later, they
Pretty great.
find a shot a little bit higher, and then you get down. But
For sure.
there's a great highlight reel of a guy running across the field, and he knows he's dead because he's taking shots, and he pulls his pan out and just jumps and swings and just hits the bullet, and it's just like mind-boggling.
Dude, that's incredible.
Lucky, incredibly lucky, but yeah.
Super hype. All right, going back to what we've been playing, Stacey, you've fallen back into a trap, have you?
Oh yeah, so I had really grandiose plans for this week of what I was going to play.
Okay.
And then I get an
Some
email.
Wolfenstein.
An item on your Steam wish list is on sale. Oh, I wonder what's on
what'd
sale
you
this
pick up?
time. Well, Skyrim's half off for the PC. Guess I'm playing Skyrim again. And play Skyrim
Again. Okay.
Again. First time on the PC though, so I started dipping into the wonderful world of mods, which
you?
is wonderful.
Oh yeah, that's such a new game
Gentlemen
now.
crabs.
I haven't gotten those yet, but I do have chocobos
Snapping
Okay.
or Slim
running
Jim?
around in my game. I mostly did some simple ones like realistic weather effects, better just better towns,
Higher
and-
textures
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
there
You gotta be
go.
careful with PC mods because it's very easy to get out of hand
Yeah, I'm sure.
really quick.
Yeah,
And then
and
it's like, what am I playing?
right, and I didn't want that many because it's been a while since I've actually played through the game. So I wanted
How is
to
it holding
play
up?
through it again. Well, in my first hour, I completely ignored the main quest, found 2 word walls, and then fell to my death off the top of a mountain.
Sounds all right.
So, it was same old, same old.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
I have read about 50 books, literally sat there and spent a couple hours reading books, and I don't know why I can't stop doing it.
It's because you're an English major.
I'm reading all
gotta
the
read.
books.
And you're loving it.
I'm breaking into people's houses to read their
Great.
books.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? That's-
You got a
It's
bucket on your head
wonderful.
so they
Yes.
don't notice you.
Perfect.
And I'm
Yeah.
reading
Yeah.
through the bucket.
The first thing I did was increase my sneak as high as I could. And
Oh man, just so
my
you can steal
sneak
more
and
books.
archery is just and right now, and nothing else.
The old sneak and read.
I don't know. I think this is on our list, but did you guys hear that whole that Target listing for the Bethesda developing a Game of Thrones game.
No, looking
This
at
was
it.
a Target listing like over the weekend. They had like again yanked totally, and Bethesda hasn't commented yet, but I would be totally shocked if this were legit
It was
in
a
any
hoax.
way,
It
shape,
was
or
a
form.
hoax.
Okay.
But for 2 seconds, I lost my mind. I think like the rest of the internet did.
Sure. And what a time for it to come at the
Right?
end of the season.
Exactly.
Emotions
Exactly.
are already high.
Yeah,
We're
totally.
already
Yep.
on it.
I do want to say briefly.
Sure.
I didn't get a chance to put it on the list, but I did pick up GTA 5 this weekend too.
Really?
It's on sale on Steam for half off.
That's
First
right.
time through?
$30.
Yeah. No, I played
he's
it
on
on
now.
console.
Yeah.
But first time on PC, so I'm having fun. It's nice messing around with the first person views.
It's the best. I played
Completely
it
different.
entirely through the second
I think
time
I
that
might
way.
I might do that now.
Well worth
But
it.
I'm also doing the online, which I never
Uh-huh.
really did because now I've got some people to play with, and it's interesting kind of figuring out their lobby system and
Yeah.
the way out their money and stuff works. But it's enjoyable and it looks great for
It does,
being
yeah.
like a few years old.
Stunning game.
It's got a new update coming out also too. They're
Yeah,
adding
more planes.
more customizable planes
Yeah.
and gun smuggling stuff.
More
and,
guns.
More illegal.
They need some more
No,
guns.
sure.
Yeah,
Always.
always.
There's not enough
no,
in that game. Not even close.
Nope.
There's
More
all
importantly,
with guns.
they're adding vehicles and they're adding guns and they're adding vehicles
With guns?
With guns.
Oh well. Yep.
And
You
that's our-
wonder why this game sold 80 million copies.
That's our show, everybody.
Yeah, good night.
We have
That's
nothing
all
left to
we
report.
Most important thing we've talked about.
I mean, I personally was fine once they added the Tron bike, once they added the light cycle. I was like, okay, you don't need to add anything else. Life completed. But for me this week, I played a little bit of one of my favorite games, and I think I can easily say of all time, Rogue Legacy,
Oh,
which
nice.
is a roguelike by Cellar Door Games. I can't tell you how many times I played it through. I streamed a little bit of it, and
What'd you play it on?
A PC.
Okay.
I got it on PS4. I got it on Vita when I
Yep.
had a Vita, RIP Vita, and I have it on PC. And I think I started New Game Plus for the first time instead of just re-rolling, and it's I can lose hours in that game. I
So
love it so
cool.
much. And I got to play, and this goes into another story that we had, some of the Mercy updates to the PTR. So we got a little bit of an update this week that both Mercy and D.Va are. Or Mercy is definitely changing. D.Va might be changing in the near future. First, I know we have a little bit of a video, if you can take a look and pop that up. So D.Va is going to be receiving micro missiles, which is a barrage of small rockets that detonate on impact, dealing damage in a limited radius around each explosion. They can be fired while D.Va is using any other ability or using her fusion cannons, which means you can be firing your regular attacks, you could be using your defense matrix, you could be boosting, and you could be launching these rockets.
Dude, zooming around while launching these terrifying rockets at people has been wonderful. These things pack a punch.
The video is called Overwatch. You should have it. Take your time. But the reason for those changes is because they are nerfing the defense matrix.
Yes.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Oh.
they are short. So they're making it deplete faster
Great.
and then reload slower, which is going to be really interesting because playing as D.Va,
Totally.
part of your job is to get out there and
Spend play.
suck up everything you can.
And it
suck up.
always felt, again, last time I played was a month and a half, 2 months ago, but that defensive matrix always felt like too long. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, and I don't play as her, so like again, when she'll run into a point, it just felt like she was there forever.
You can keep that thing up for.
know.
Yeah, no, it was kind of absurd how
I
long you
agree.
could keep it up. So now you have to be a little more discerning about timing things when you're going to throw it up and when you're going to actually try to block.
But I'm glad they gave her
something.
some offense to kind of counterbalance
Right.
that.
Well, yeah. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I think it would have been sad because she does hardly any damage.
Yeah,
as it is
I'm
and
on the
it's
other
supposed to.
side from the design aspect. I would much rather her have a longer defense matrix and be more focused on getting in and absorbing things
Yep.
and being hard to kill than them giving her more damage. She already has D.Va ult. She already has her guns that have infinite ammo, even though they don't do a lot of damage. She can fly right up to you
I
and
thought they were
stand
just
in your
cosmetic.
face.
I thought she just shot them to like fit
They
in.
do almost nothing. I mean,
I
they
mean,
really do.
Well,
almost
especially
This is
now that
what
you
we
can
do here.
you can also fire the machine guns while flying.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and turn the volume down and press play and just play it while we're talking. It's fine. Go ahead. So did you have a chance to play with her on the PTR?
Yes. So I did a couple of rounds.
Go ahead and turn the volume down if you'd be so kind. Go ahead and turn the volume down if you'd be so kind. All the way down is fine. Thank you very much.
Yes. So I did take her for a couple of rounds on the PTR.
All the way down, please. I don't want to hear the guy talk. Thank you very much. I should have been more clear earlier. I apologize, but just go ahead and let it play. Anyway, sorry.
So, you know what? The defense matrix changes aren't huge. I don't think, at least they weren't noticeable to me in the few rounds that we played. The missiles are pretty pretty revolutionary.
Who did you fire against, and how squishy did they become?
I took a D.Va out of her mech with a solid shot of
Wow.
No
all
kidding.
of the missiles hitting
A barrage,
her.
if you will.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you aim almost the entire barrage and they all hit another D.Va out of mech. It
Wow.
was.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
I mean, it was almost madness.
Not
it was
insignificant.
and that's to say, this D.Va wasn't really moving around very much. So if people start moving, you have to turn to a company, or to compensate for that. And they do. They travel quite a distance, so you have to compensate for kind of where they're gonna land. But they do some damage. Unlike, you shoot her regular gun from this distance and you don't do any damage.
Yeah.
How many rockets in the barrage? Like 5 or 6?
On each side.
Oh, wow.
And then how quickly is the
It's-
cooldown? Pretty quick.
Looks like
8
it's like
seconds, I
about
think?
10
Okay.
seconds. I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
no,
gonna
That'll
get,
probably
this is,
change.
This is
kind
gonna
of
get nerfed.
ridiculous.
This
It's
is
kind
gonna
of
get-
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't understand this design philosophy, especially after the nerf to Roadhog, to put him more in a off tank position than the just big healthy DPS, because she's getting a lot of damage here.
Yeah.
A lot of, and she already had, like, yes, we joke about how weak D.Va's guns are, but she's already had a decent amount of damage between her ult and her, she also just the survivability of her once you get her out of her mech, she's still decent.
Oh yeah, and that
So-
gun packs a punch.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really see this change staying how it is. If this goes to live like this, I think it's going to get nerfed.
I think
for
this will
sure.
stay on their PTR for a while.
Especially with with the mercy changes going on too. Like, again, I like it especially from the standpoint of, like, her ult that needed to be changed. It was just it was too strong to be able to bring back that many people at the same time in a game where you get the objective by killing
Right.
people. Because it's like, okay, we set up this time to combo these ults to wipe their team, but we didn't kill Mercy, so it's all pointless basically.
And with Mercy's changes, she got a new ult, Valkyrie, which replaced the full res that she got.
Yeah. So her res is now on her E.
Yes, that
and
is now
it's
her secondary
like a
ability.
30-second cooldown.
It is a 30-second
and it's single
cooldown.
target.
Single target.
So I think theoretically,
Yes.
So check it out.
So
Yeah.
you can res one person
One
every
person.
30 seconds.
What?
so theoretically you should be able
No,
to res
I'm not
more
playing
people.
This game anymore.
You should be able to res more people if you're using it correctly.
But you're not getting a mass res anymore.
And the other thing is also
I love that so much.
she also just
Well,
It's the
became.
biggest fuck you.
I know, but
It's the
but,
change.
but she was like almost mandatory for it, especially
I
when you get to
agreed.
things like
Totally.
team
no,
deathmatch.
I
Like,
super agree.
if you didn't have a mercy, you're probably gonna lose.
Well, then get good.
but from a design
I roll with the
point,
mercy. I don't play mercy, but like
it's the same reason why we saw the change to Lucio, why they lowered his aura, because it was to the point of where you almost had to have mercy, you had to have Lucio.
And you were unbeatable if you had both.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I love Lucy.
Now, no, I do
Yeah,
too.
me too.
And this playing, I got a chance to play Mercy with this in some rounds, and it changes a lot, and you can become a lot more active, because formerly as a Mercy, I felt like I need to hide.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be
yeah.
around a corner with my stick healing somebody. But with this, you can be a little bit more active, coming in, and you. Instead of saving your ult until
Holding it the
everybody's
entire
dead,
match,
Yeah.
Yes.
until you get away.
that now you can be a lot more active.
Okay.
Yeah, and,
And
you can
then-
use it as like an emergency button. When the Genji jumps on you and no one's paying attention, you just hit it and you fly away.
And then when you hit
and
Valkyrie,
unload on him.
you get 20 seconds of flight, just absolute flight, not gliding, no nothing. Your cooldowns are decreased by a lot. It took the res from 30 seconds to 10. And then you have unlimited ammo, and your heal or damage boost can change.
What's the duration?
20 seconds.
It's 20 seconds. Okay, so you can get you can get 2 ults.
Yeah, you get 2
can
people
get
up.
two reses.
Well,
Okay.
you can do 4 if you time it right. So you res.
First one, does it reset the cooldown?
You res immediately. Yeah, so you res.
you res,
immediately
ult,
it resets.
res,
You use one.
10
Take a nap.
seconds.
Use your
res.
second
Ult
one,
again.
and then as you come off of Valkyrie,
It resets again?
It won't reset,
But it'll still be a 10
Your
second.
10 seconds.
It'll
will
be on
come
another
down,
10-second cooldown.
and-
Yeah,
Gotcha,
so you
gotcha.
can get up
roll
to
a
4
fourth.
people.
Yeah, I like that she's got a higher skill ceiling. It's just it's nice. It'll be a lot more rewarding for people who've put hours into Mercy and are good at it, as
Yes.
opposed to just people who are like, oh yeah, I'll pick a Mercy since we need it. I'll just hide in the corner and wait for everyone to
Right.
die.
Yeah.
And pick everyone up.
It's gonna change the way people play Mercy
Yeah.
significantly.
Especially the
And that'll do it for that
multi-beam
video.
in Valkyrie. That
Yes.
is going to be crazy when
Yeah.
people get good at that, being able to double heal or double boost.
Yeah.
Well, even seeing stuff already. You can go ahead and end the video. We're done with. We need to talk about Roadhog. That's okay.
I still haven't tried those
Or
yet.
Roadhog.
Yeah.
Being able to move while healing. I'm curious.
I like the
that
double
helps.
mine with Junkrat, and I think
of
that should
course.
stay.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that
pretty
should-
fun.
That's I don't understand why they did that. If they do that, he needs
Because he's a garbage character.
It's just
He just
it's just
Yeah,
it's so strong that how much damage the mine damage needs to go down.
Sure,
That's
if you
what
get
it is.
to
That's
lower
what
the
he should
damage,
do.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because-
I don't even use it for damage. I use it to get people
Right.
away.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But if you stick someone with it in a room, you're just gonna obliterate them. And if you have 2 charges, that means you can use one to hop, and then hey, instead of now I'm screwed because I used my cooldown. Oh, I have another one.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's a lot of fun.
How's Winston doing? I'm just checking in with people at this
You know
point.
what?
It's
I've
been a
actually
minute.
started playing Winston.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
he's,
all right.
he's becoming my second main tank now.
he's probably gonna
so,
get an update soon. I think
hopefully.
I figure.
his kit's a little.
He gets a
little
katana.
old.
That's what I've heard. It's coming.
Yeah.
Nate's like, you're
Laser
real
blade.
dumb.
My prediction would be an
that
alternate
look?
fire for him because he doesn't have
He
one.
doesn't have
Yeah.
anything. They've got to figure
So
something
to give him
out.
some at least something that's like a little bit of a medium range, maybe.
That'd be nice. You have to
That'd be
get
nice.
really up close and
Katana.
personal.
Could
with
shoot
Winston.
bananas.
Like a
or
long
something?
katana. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he could just
He
like.
throws it.
Yeah.
Throwing
Oh,
knives.
yeah, yes.
He gets throwing knives.
He could juggle
Yeah,
and just
because there's
and
no
then
one in the game
throw-
with katanas
This,
already.
look, we're just
No
solving
one who
this. We should
matters.
write
Yeah.
Overwatch.
No one
I
that
don't-
matters.
Oh,
We're
that-
basically
Genji mains,
that
watch
good.
out.
Did everybody watch the May short? The new May.
Yes.
I want to talk
no,
about
no,
it.
no.
Wow.
Whoa.
It was.
Whoa.
Did you see it?
No.
Wow. You actually, it's really good.
I'm sure they all are really
It's
good.
like-
I've heard they're phenomenal.
This is the best one. Though.
Is it really?
It's,
Okay,
I
okay.
think so.
I think May's a great character.
I think Dragons resonated
cry?
with me really well because it was like
I'm gonna
the
cry.
first one.
Yeah.
But in terms of everything,
There's
this is like
Visually,
I'm gonna get choked up.
storytelling, the voice acting, it was real. It really makes me want an Overwatch movie or like Netflix TV miniseries or
Yeah.
something like that. Like, oh man.
I mean, these are all the origin, or so far the shorts have been origin
Origins,
stories.
yeah.
So it's similarly to the Avengers on a smaller scale, where they're giving us all. You have access to all of these origin stories now. All right, we're gonna go into an Overwatch movie.
Yeah, especially if they did one that was, the story of the Overwatch organization that we get beforehand, before all of the stuff that's happening now.
Yeah,
I would love to watch that too.
you gotta watch
I
it.
just want to
Yeah,
watch
you
pre-Winston just like in a suit, like just being
Well, there is
smart
a
in a
Winston
board
short.
meeting. I'll watch it.
Yeah, there
Okay.
is a Winston
Okay.
short
There
from a
is.
couple months ago that's real fun. But yeah, who boy, that May short just did not
It
come.
got ya.
You don't. Well, yeah, like they put out the
Junkrat
the
thing, which is so
Junkatown,
funny.
and it was really funny. You put out the sad one before the happy
I know.
one, so that we have something to even it
I
out.
can see that.
They also changed some things in PTR to reflect that short.
Really?
Oh, in the
And Echo
Yeah.
Point,
Yeah, Echo
Point.
Antarctica.
She just starts
Oh,
crying
did-
randomly.
did
and you're
they
like, I'm
add
so
the-
sorry,
They
man. I don't.
They sure did.
Did you see? Did you see the theories online about May being it?
Like
'Cause you know-
like no Stephen King.
Pennywise.
Not
She's
that
it.
one.
Oh
Not-
no,
not-
not
No,
it.
it's wrong.
I was like,
Thing.
what's up?
The
I need to
thing.
skip this one.
Sorry,
thing.
wrong
The thing.
adjective.
Oh.
Very
The
different.
thing.
But I was like, that's really fucked up to say that about a woman.
That's
I
just-
feel
No,
like she's
no.
just that to tell anybody.
That's just
Pennywise.
because people
So-
think she's the devil.
No, but there's also like
She had no
so.
soul before this
I
short.
forget the name of the character, but one
Still
of the
doesn't.
main doctor, the main character in that movie.
Yeah.
One of the doctors, that's his name. It's in the short, and it's in if you go to the base in like that circle room where
Yeah.
all the pods are, like his name is on there.
Junkrat is Cujo. Let's just start this.
I mean,
sure.
think
It's
about
just
it.
all-
It
it's
froze
just
over.
all-
She's
yeah.
the only one that survived. It's like living inside of her. That's why she can survive in the cold. Think about what the thing does. It freezes itself
No,
when it feels
easy to
dangerous.
But
think
at the
about
same, no, but a very important thing about the
If you
thing
think about
is
it.
the heat breath. That's another theory about the thing as to the end of the movie. Is
Right.
one of the characters that doesn't do that, but she can do that. So I would debunk that
I'm
theory.
gonna file that under people on the internet and have too much time.
I'm telling you, it's there.
Have you seen the internet?
I mean, I'm just saying.
That's
You've
all
been
we got.
acquainted,
I know.
right?
Yeah.
Speaking of having a lot of time or not having a lot of time, y'all hear about this little crossover?
Y'all.
This little crossover that's
Hear this
happening.
thing?
Just
Actually, we have a trailer for that.
Was
It's
not.
God
FF15.
damn it.
It's called FFXV.
No.
XV. Go ahead and bring
Yeah.
that up.
No.
We'll watch that with the
I
audio
have to
on.
watch this again.
No, I think we all can agree the
Final
game's good.
Fantasy.
It's so beautiful.
Shut the internet
it's
down.
So, you can leave.
It's- yeah,
this
that-
is the
it's that one,
crossover
it's that
that
one.
nobody
No,
wanted.
wrong.
Until
Wrong
I knew
again.
It was a
I mean,
thing,
until
and then
you-
I
Wrong
really
again.
Look,
wanted
I
it.
am
We're gonna
excited.
vote you off the island.
I'm
you
excited
can
for her.
leave.
I'm like not shit talking this. It's a weird.
It is.
Weird.
It's so weird.
It's so weird, but I love it for you. I was so excited. Like my heart swelled. I'm like, oh, Stacey gets everything that she
ahead.
wanted. It's
Right,
Christmas for
100%.
Stacey. I was beyond. Like this is a woman who has like the Assassin's Creed Insignia on her car.
It's true.
And literally knows all of these boys like better than anybody else knows them. And so like I felt like I was so excited for you, but I was like, huh, like literally nobody fucking wants
No,
this.
no one asked.
Yeah?
No one asked for this.
No, seriously.
No.
And
No one
no,
asked-
I mean,
no
no
one
one asked for
asked
this,
for
but we
this.
want it.
Oh heck yeah, we
Well, no,
want
but think
it.
about it. These are two completely different companies, two completely different publishers.
I know.
But
I
the
know.
implications of two.
It looks so good. I
two
lost my mind when I
huge-
saw this.
No, dude, two huge franchises coming together like this is something that we haven't seen since way
No,
back.
it's
But it
unprecedented.
fits.
I mean, I
It
agree.
fits
It's cool.
so absurdly well
Walk
within
me
this
through
game.
that sentence.
Look
No, it
at
does.
it.
No, I mean, no, come
Look
on.
at it.
He
it makes
stabbed a fool
perfect
from behind.
sense.
I
Yes.
literally can list every third-person action game and go, you know what? If he had a wrist blade,
The
wrist blades
climbing,
make everything
the jumping,
better. It's
the
true.
combat, the
But
way the cities are
especially this.
designed,
Oh
the way
my
it
God.
looks, it makes a lot of
and
sense.
also,
It's
being-
actually making the cities
I didn't even-
interactive.
Mafia 3 would be better if it were
No.
also an
It's-
Assassin's
yeah,
Creed
and
crossover.
There's a lot of
That
bugs
dude
in that
could
game.
use-
We can't even bring that to the table
That
yet.
dude
Let's
could
patch
use
that
a
game
wrist
before
blade.
we
I know,
before we
I'm
even
on
mention
you.
that game.
Look, I played every minute of Final Fantasy 15. I played the shit out of this game.
And that's the thing is I didn't. I played like 2 hours.
Yeah,
It
okay.
is good.
I
It's
played
just
so
not
much of
like
it.
my kind of like.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not
I get
that
sucked
good.
in.
It's
No, it's
not
not.
for me.
It's not.
Very bad.
It's
game that I
amazing.
couldn't stop
Okay,
playing.
It wasn't for me,
no,
but
so
this
the
tells
gameplay
me
and the
yes.
setting is wonderful. The game.
I agree.
The
I'm with you.
that's
I'm
where
with
the problem
you. No, I
comes
totally
in.
agree.
But I just it's
So,
so
okay,
And
so
it's-
I
and
want
it's-
bets
and
from
it's
you guys.
free.
yes,
That's
Great.
another
And it's
thing.
free.
Also fucking on. Well, why wouldn't it be, right? Like again, it's leading into the launch of arguably the most pivotal moment for the Assassin's Creed franchise of all time, right? Like I feel like if this
Fair.
one isn't a huge success,
It's
I think the franchise is in
done.
trouble.
Yeah.
So that being said, do you guys think this is going to be much more like how much substance will this update be? Right? Like, is this a 30-minute DLC or is this like real substance?
I mean, it looked like they had actual quests, and they brought some of the side characters back
Yep.
that are playing a larger role. So hopefully they come up with some decent content for it. The DLC they've released so far, focused on single characters, have at least had a couple hours worth of play. So,
Okay.
Gotta assume this is.
Should I pick those up? Knowing my complex relationship with this game
So-
and like
I'd have to bring
how
it
much
back
I
to
love
you.
/ hate.
I'd have to bring it back to you.
I don't whatever. It's just like
skip
that's right.
radio.
Okay. Oh no,
Prompt-
no problem.
Episode Prompto is absolutely worth playing.
Is it really?
That one, yeah. I
I
enjoyed
love me
that
some
one
Prompto.
a lot.
Does
That
he
was-
say, "Hey there, opening"? Does he say that more?
Does he say it in
It's the best. It's the best.
He's
Oh,
got
hi, dog.
he's got
Back in.
some he's
Oh, hi,
got some
Mark.
lines.
Catch you guys in chat, so
I
He
did
you
not
also
can-
hear that.
definitely stops in the middle of battle to take selfies
Great.
with the
Getting
monsters.
Great.
That's all you need to know.
Great.
May I make a quick comment?
You
that
may.
that was the most tumultuous this panel has been throughout
insane.
the short history of this show.
I kind of love that they're doing it. It's just it's
I'm so
fucking it's
excited.
weird.
Of course, it's weird.
Weird.
Except the weird.
Well,
embrace
I
it.
also weirdly conflicted about like the number of weird side projects they've made around 15, right? They've had that new weird chibi version.
They like it. They're having fun.
I mean,
Yeah, they are.
sure.
Dude, also at the
How
same
long
time,
have we been waiting for this game too?
Exactly.
Before this
Okay,
game
well,
came
like,
out.
Also,
And also too,
Totally.
and coming from the Kingdom Hearts aspect of the fact that like they basically took everyone off of that to work on this game.
Yep.
So they better be pumping out stuff and stuff and stuff that's good. Like they
or
better.
they could put them back on Kingdom Hearts and give everybody the game that they actually want.
I mean, also that.
They're there now.
But this was the game that we wanted.
yeah,
until we had it,
Yeah.
and now it's incomplete without assassins.
we did. Hey,
I
hey,
played like 200
that's-
fucking hours of this game. Like,
yes,
if
but
anybody-
also that's
But I
a,
also
that's a
hated
really mean side quest. It's incomplete without assassins. Nobody's saying that.
it's incomplete. You just can't play it anymore.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. I like that they're actively.
guy outta
I
here.
mean,
Who
they
got
have.
this
I know.
guy?
I'm sorry. Like,
Who brought him?
it's just insane. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's cool. It's free. To your point. Like, I think it's great. Like, why not? It's just weird. The whole
Sure.
thing
Yeah,
is
no,
like-
it's weird.
It
I
is.
will not argue that.
And-
I was when I saw it
Like-
and I saw the headline
Yeah.
before I
I was
clicked the
like,
video.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, "This is
Huh.
funny. This
Right.
is it April?" Like, but it
Very
looks.
silly.
That's part of the thing. Part of the reason why I went nuts
Yeah.
was that it wasn't like, "Oh, okay, this is a real thing. Let's see how tacky it looks with them with the stuff just like slapped on."
No,
but
totally.
no, it looked good. The armor and stuff looked good. And then seeing them with the mech, came down to. I'm like, okay, okay.
And for people
okay.
who love these franchises like you, like this has got to be the coolest thing. You imagine like if Stacey's
great.
everywhere just lost their minds.
Well, it's sort of.
Stacey's
I would
everywhere.
equate it. I would equate it to. Like Akuma showing up in Tekken.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
two worlds that you never. Well, no, in the sense of two.
It's more
worlds
like
that,
it's more like Akuma showing up in Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Okay, I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
It's more-
All right.
it's like
two worlds that you wouldn't expect to come together are coming together. I would say even the first Kingdom Hearts with Disney and Final Fantasy coming together.
That
Like
was mind
what?
blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see how. I mean, it's free, so everybody who has the game should get it. It made me go, how far do I need to get to download this?
And what was the date on that?
First.
2 days.
Stop.
Almost here.
The 30th.
You know, at the end where you asked me what I'm going to be playing this week, I'm changing that right now, and
So-
we'll come back
Final
and
Fantasy.
talk about.
So
It's
whoever
like, oh, okay.
Who's gonna come back and be like, "Oh my God, this is the best
thing
DLC I've ever
ever."
played in my entire
More
life."
better
He's
than I
better
am.
than
It's the
all
best.
of the assassins.
That's right. It's
Yeah,
the best.
New favorite
That's
assassin.
the pro- that's
Noct is my new
That's
favorite
the
assassin.
biggest worry is that it might be the best Assassin's Creed game to ever
Oh.
been released. Like,
well,
what
that's
if?
disappointing.
I mean, what if?
That's why they're putting it
But
out
me.
before or.
Yeah. They don't. Yeah, totally. Get it out of the way. Smart.
So-
smart.
Yeah, not
smart.
too close
Noct
to the
is
release.
pretty legit.
So on August 30th, players who obtained the Dream Egg from the Moogle Chocobo Carnival event will be
Fucking
gifted
nerds.
the very familiar Assassin's outfit for Noctis, and then the very next day, August 31st, that will release the Assassin's Festival DLC.
Wait, so you have to go and get the egg?
If you
from
got the
festival?
egg-
You get it a day early.
No,
it
you
doesn't
get
say
the-
anything about
You
that.
just
No.
get the.
It says
So
if you got the egg from the Moogle Festival,
yeah.
then you get the outfit. They might figure out a way to do that after. Maybe you'll be able to buy it. But
Well,
if you got the egg, then you
You
just
get
receive it.
Well, I think they have the festival going on right now. I
Then
think,
do it.
or they had it a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it's still going on.
Okay.
I haven't logged.
Does
into
it happen like periodically?
Well, this is the second time they've put it up, so I guess so.
All right.
they
That-
might have been getting ready for this.
So another weird story that happened while we're running out of time is Xbox One X pre-orders are the fastest selling in Xbox history, according to Microsoft. We don't have any numbers.
Nope.
We don't have anything. Their statement was, Sunday night in Germany, we unveiled the Xbox One X Project Scorpio Edition, a special edition console designed for our biggest fans. That night, we launched pre-orders worldwide, and we have been overwhelmed by your response. Within just a few days, we saw record-setting sellout times, and we are currently record-selling sellouts, Microsoft, and currently sold out in many countries around the world. You, our biggest fans, have pre-ordered more Xbox One X Project Scorpio Edition consoles in the first 5 days than any Xbox ever. And then they got comments from the president of GameStop
Yeah,
and
I know
another
they did.
retailer saying like, "Hey,
We're not sold out.
they bought them."
Buy more. Yeah.
Yep.
Good news for the industry.
No numbers. We don't know how many
Is,
were allocated to any of those businesses.
Is Microsoft the DJ Khaled of the
We the
gaming
best
industry?
music.
Well, no, because then
We
then
got.
they'd get.
I'm on the phone with GameStop, and we got the best servers
We
for
got
the
the-
pre-orders. we
Well, I will
getting
say,
overloaded.
That's accurate.
we outselling
That's accurate.
out the cells, all of them,
well, I-
all the records.
I will say when it comes
the best
to releasing models of their consoles, they do tend to give us
Another one.
Yep.
So what the hell?
Get up.
I was so surprised by this. Look, I get that that's nebulous numbers or whatever, but like the Xbox One sold meteorically, like I mean again out of the gate, right? They orders of magnitude faster than the Xbox 360 did, which was a pretty decent selling console. Obviously the PS4 has been obviously eclipsed even that, but like this is this weird mid-cycle upgrade. I was one of the guys, so like guilty as charged. I was one of the folks that contributed to that because I'm a sucker. But I wouldn't have anticipated that it would have been this fast.
I think the timing is better, like the climate overall in this right now than it was with the last when last generation first came out in terms of like what people are ready for and like being able to actually buy something that supports 4K or something and you actually have a TV that can watch it or you have content. But also too, I don't know if it's just me. I think like Xbox has been killing it with their UI and their ease of use and also just the integration with Windows.
Yep.
And as nice as PlayStation 4 is, the one thing I've always hated about it is their after PlayStation 2, I'm not a fan of their menus.
I'm not either.
PS3 or PS4. I'm not a fan of how the online works. All those little things are starting to add up, and it's like, well, a lot of the exclusives are not as like prevalent anymore. They're not as big games. So it's like, why am I going to stick with this when they're more or less the same thing? This one's got a little bit of stuff I like better. Let's go with Xbox.
I think that, and so I'm with you. PS4 is my exclusive box, but also like I think they did a really good job, and for better or for worse, that 6 teraflop message and the. I know, roll your eyes at me too, but like also it resonated, right? Like I feel like everybody's like their single beat was most powerful console ever. That's all they said over and over again, and then the co-marketing with Assassin's Creed. I was surprised. I thought even they called it Project Scorpio Edition or whatever. Super lame. Like, again, speaking as somebody who bought it.
It's better than the Xbox Ox.
Xbox.
Acronyms back to Xbox. I think they were just very tired of hearing Xbone. If they had to hear that one more time, I think
like Xbone.
Phil Spencer was going to lose his mind. I was surprised. Did you think it was going to be this quick off the shelves? Or no?
Well, here's one of the things that gets to me is this news is coming out at the same time that the SNES collection HD whatever also sold out in record time.
Right.
But that's been given such a negative spin because of how crappily they handled the NES.
And they could have forecasted for it. Yeah, totally.
So I think Xbox not giving their numbers and them if Nintendo had gotten ahead of it like Microsoft has, I think there would have been a different thing about it. But I don't know. We don't know how many Xbox One X's. Maybe there were only 2 available at every store, so that only means that there's like 200,000, 300,000 units available, and of course that's going to sell out around the world. So we don't know that. They're not giving us any numbers about that.
Sold out of our 5 Xboxes.
No wonder we sold out.
Totally. But then what they did say was again their benchmark was against the any other Xbox, right? So like we know the one sold 1.7 million units on launch day, so we've got a long way up until launch. So I don't know, but I mean again I think it's got to bode well.
Well, yeah, but this is also the Project Scorpio edition, which is the Super Max Ultimate, like premium
green
version. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I know.
But it's just like different strokes, different products.
I'm excited. I pre-ordered this nonsense because I like being there for that weirdness, right? Like when things ship and they're kind of weird and a little broken, and you're like,
hey, you were complaining about the PS4 Pro. You still are.
I am. It was a bad purchase. Like totally. But I also really liked it when they introduced boost mode and it kind of fucked up a bunch of games. You're like, all right, we'll just throw that out there. And so. Like I like being part of seeing how that UI, like what works, what doesn't work, and like seeing how that all comes together. So I like that stuff, but I don't know who this console's for. So still kind of wrestling.
It's for those fans that want to play Shadow of Mordor in its absolute premium state. I couldn't find anything about the PR budget for it. Like, I know you'd wanted to talk a little bit about Shadow of Mordor's outrageous PR budget.
Yeah, I saw, and I probably should have sourced it, but they were talking about this is it was a statement at WB saying it is their largest PR budget of any title, not only 2017 but of all time, and pre-orders are outpacing Batman Arkham Knight, which is the other thing they said, which is crazy because Batman to me transcends.
But does that count the Xbox One X bundles that come with Shadow of Mordor?
I don't know, and I don't know. I didn't see any bundles. All I saw is the Scorpio edition that's available.
So there's the Project Scorpio edition, and if you want the regular version, there are bundles that come packaged in with Shadow of Mordor.
I bet that totally.
That quadruples, quintuples,
I bet you're right.
septuples the amount of price that people are paying for that game.
Right.
Were you a fan of Dark Knight?
I like Dark Knight more than most.
I'm sorry, not Dark Knight, Arkham Knight.
I liked Arkham Knight better than most. Yeah, I thought it was an amazing story.
I hate that game. It sucks.
Okay, sorry. I loved the story. I think the tank stuff was tough. Didn't like it. Just
No, I didn't get that far. The combat was just not enough for me, and the clue thing was more tedious than interesting in my.
I get that it's not for everybody, but my point about Batman is
Yeah,
that
I
like
just wanted
that
to
is a
shit on
game that
something you
no,
liked. Yeah,
totally
no.
deserved. That like transcends like normal gaming. Like I feel like Batman is like Call of Duty, right? Like it
Yeah,
pulls
the
people
brand
who out
is-
totally.
yeah.
And for me, that was surprising that like shit because it's not even.
But it's
Shadow
Lord of the
Mordor.
Rings. Lord of the Rings is a big.
It's not in the title. Like if it were Lord of the Rings : Shadow of
but
Mordor or
everybody
something.
knows.
I know.
Yeah, Mordor.
Nerds are
Yeah,
cool
Mordor
now.
is
Everybody's a
enough.
nerd.
Yeah, that's what you're right.
Everybody's
You're
like,
right.
like
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. You know, like I mean, it's the closest thing to a high fantasy.
talking about
Yeah,
you're right.
similar
No,
world,
you're right. You're right.
Ish.
And the last one was so dope. So good.
Yeah.
So before we go, we're going to talk about some of the stuff that's coming out this next week. We've got Absolver coming out. Ark Survival Evolved. Is that finally the 1.0?
I think it's
Oh, is that? I
I
was
think
like,
it's
that game has been
1.0.
out.
Well, no,
for like
I think it's the
10
1.0
million
coming out to
years.
Finally.
PS4, Xbox, and PC.
Oh.
Everybody's
Alright.
Golf. Hello Neighbor. Finally getting an iteration, a 1.0 out of that. That's like the horror one where you have to break into your neighbor's house.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do that.
That's
in real
a-
life.
Yeah, no, yeah,
needs a
yeah.
game for
Yeah, so
that?
Tuesday. Yeah.
That's who it was. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle is coming out for the Switch. Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition coming out for PS4, Xbox One. Red Out coming for PS4, Xbox One. Resident Evil Revelations. If you didn't get it the first 3 times, you can
Yeah.
get it now.
Yeah.
Warriors All Stars. Windjammers, which is a sweet disc
Windjammers
battle
is coming
game
out
for the PS4.
Beautiful.
And the Vita.
Okay. R.I.P. Vita.
XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, which is a
Excited for that
DLC. Yakuza
Oh,
Kiwami.
you are. That's cool.
And then coming out the 31st, which is Friday. Yeah, that's that's Thursday.
Thursday,
Friday.
Yeah, Life is Strange Before the Storm. Yeah, the prequel that they announced at E3 this year.
Without the original cast.
Nope.
Because of the strike.
And Destiny 2 open beta for
Oh,
PC
and Destiny 2.
tomorrow.
Oh. You're going to be playing a bunch?
Yes.
Come back and tell us about it, man. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm a little jealous.
Hopefully, we'll be able to play
Yeah.
together, but it's only like 2 days, 3
Yeah.
days.
I'm really
Tuesday,
interested to
Thursday.
hear your
Yeah,
take.
I'm off Wednesday.
I'm here all day Wednesday.
Okay. Well, then maybe tomorrow.
Well, maybe not. Okay.
I can't wait to hear your take, is my point.
Yeah.
Next week.
I mean, I'm sure it will be very similar to the console. I'm assuming it's going to be the same content.
Yeah.
It makes sense for that to be. I'm hoping that there are some balance tweaks that are more like
Yeah.
live would be nice.
I wanna
But
hear
I'm
how
just
it
excited to play it on
feels.
PC.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear from
And I
you.
want to mess around with a controller also, as well as my keyboard
Yeah,
and mouse,
totally.
just to kind of get a feel, because also that's how I'm used to it. And I'm also excited to be able to get back to Halo-esque gameplay on an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Because I hate playing it on the PlayStation 4 controller.
Oh man, I
poor dear.
wish Destiny was here. I wish
is-
we were already
life is
here.
We've only got a couple of weeks left.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I know.
2 weeks.
I'm in kind of cleanup mode. I'm trying to finish a bunch of shit
Yes.
because I know that's going to take over my life. And if I don't like finish Uncharted, I need to finish Prey eventually. Because I know, and after Destiny, it's just we're in the
It's
middle of
looking
it, right?
so good.
Looks so good.
The last trailer they released of the
Yes.
European Dead Zone, and they've got this. They introduced this character that's going to be like one of like your guides and like quest givers and
Yeah.
stuff. And it's the guy who plays Jorah Mormont on Game of Thrones.
Oh.
it's his voice
Awesome.
actor.
Okay.
cool.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
it's
That's really cool.
he sounds amazing, of
Sweet.
course. But just seeing the trailer and seeing the lines, and it's like, oh shit, there's story missions.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
characters that do things and say things. They're not just vending machines. So I'm excited.
Cannot wait.
Yeah,
Getting excited.
I've
feeling real.
got to finish Horizon before Destiny comes out.
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna try to
do.
finish
You do.
one more game before then.
Okay.
One of the shorter ones that I have. Because oh boy, like you said, Destiny's gonna take over all of our lives.
Totally. I mean, just and then right, we're in the middle of the season, right? Like it just everything starts coming out after Destiny. But I mean, you can lose a month to Destiny, no problem.
Sure.
Just nothing else.
Yeah, I want to get through that story real quick,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk a lot about some of the stuff that's coming out this fall. If Overwatch doesn't have another update, if PUBG doesn't have another update, which is highly unlikely.
I agree.
But yeah, we'll be back next week. But before we go next week, we've got some of these Hearthstone cards that we're going to be
yeah.
giving away. So if you want a free card pack, make sure to go to iTunes, look up Inventory Full, leave us a review. We're looking for reviews. If you leave us a review, you're in for a chance to win one of these packs of cards. So please let us know on our Twitter page, Inventory Full PT, that you left a review. We will check, and then in the upcoming weeks, we will give some of these away. We have a couple. So please leave us reviews if you want a Hearthstone card. Even give it to one of your friends. friends. It'll help us out a lot, and you'll go away with some fresh cards for your Hearthstone deck. But until next time, let the folks know where they can find you, where they can play with you, what you're working on. Patrick.
Yo, I'm at Peter the D's on Twitter, so tweet at me there and tell me why I'm wrong about everything sucking. And then you can find me at Truly Slide on both Xbox Live and PlayStation. Stacey.
I'm Stacey Shuttleworth. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stacey Shuttles or on the PSN network at Seriously Siri.
And guys, it's Nate here. You can find me on all social media at Dog Like Nate. I'm also playing a lot of League this week. I'm on the NA server at Star Fox. They put out a new champion, Ornn, who's very fun to play.
Cool.
So hit me up and let's play some of that.
Play some League. I'm the Mark Donica. You can find me on Twitter at Mark Donica. Make sure to follow all of us on Twitch as well. Stacey, Nate, and I are all streaming on Twitch on our own personal accounts, as well as the Inventory Full account. So go to twitch.tv/InventoryFullPT and follow on us on all of the social medias. Go down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, we have our Discord channel. Make sure to follow along with that. We're going to be posting throughout the week.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're playing too. Tweet at us at InventoryFullPT. Thank you so much for joining us for this very quiet episode of Inventory Full PT. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye!
Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network. We would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.